Yeah. So that was something too that we've gone back to with my team here is, I think a lot of people look, the market was so easy that it was so easy to not have to do those things anymore. So we're going back to door knocking. We're going back to circle prospecting around calls. The three door knocks that you do, we're doing the three calls around the same. Hey, did you see this home that hit the market? Just wanted to let you know it's there. Hey, by the way, this home just went under contract. Hey, by the way, this home just closed. Hey, do you know anybody else looking? So we're doing those calls again. And I think that that's why I really wanted to do this with you, is because you can put out as much social media content as you want, but you even said earlier the 10 to 14 things that you need to be doing, you need to be doing them all still, right?
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. It's not just one thing. So what else should agents be really doing to hammer down, like you said, should they go back to dialing? Should they go back? What should they be doing?
Like if you're in a market like this, Newport Beach, door knocking should be, if you like talking to people face to face more than you like cold calling, door knocking should be an everyday 4 times a week minimum practice that you're doing. Door knocking right now, there are still, you look at Andy Say in Silicon Valley. Dude made $8 million last year.
That's right.
And so very luxury in those price points, like we were just talking about, and he door knocks every single week, right? So there's certain markets that you can't door knock in as much, but I'm a big believer right now in consistently door knocking. Look at the podcast I did with Las Vegas agent Sam Coleman. He became a Las Vegas luxury realtor by door knocking every single day and by doing open houses every single day. And then what happened was everybody in the Facebook communities started talking about Sam. He was able to then engage socially with these people in the Facebook communities because they saw him in their community every single day walking around door knocking. If you're great on the phones and you feel super comfortable on the phones like I did, then yeah, sit there, headset on, and knock out calls each and every single day. But some people just are allergic to the phone. They don't want to do it. You got to do one or the other right now as a real main pillar. I'd still make sure that I'm paying for leads, that I'm actually making my phone calls, texts, and emails out of whether it's Follow Up Boss or Boomtown or, whatever your CRM is. Don't be this agent. I like using spreadsheets. I like writing things down on a notepad. It works better for me. If you're going to create a lot of leads, you got to put them all into one CRM that's smart and smarter than you are, that's organizing everything so you know who your A players are, your B players, and your C players, and you can focus your attention on those bottom of the funnel people. It's going to show you who they are. It's going to show you who's raising their hand. You don't have to go to a million places. So be organized with your business.
We have Chime, and it's one of the,
whatever it is.
Yeah, but it's one of the things that Real gave us, and it's like $25 a month. I'm telling you, that thing, the moment we input all of our leads into Chime, all of a sudden, all of these leads started talking to our AI, and it was unbelievable. I had so much business that I didn't know what to do with because all we did was, I wasn't having those phone calls, but put it in Chime. Chime started having all these phone calls and not phone calls, but conversations. And I was like, holy crap, what the hell just happened? So yeah, I agree with you. A monster CRM tool is going to be very important.
How can you increase these conversations? How can you increase this outbound activity? What puts you in the best position to actually do it? That's what you should be doing more of, and less of the stuff that's just going to waste your time. I say this, some of the agents on my team get a little frustrated with me saying this. Like, if you're spending time, licking envelopes, that's something that somebody could be doing for a lot less than the time that you're spending doing that. So you need to be having conversations. If you want to do direct mail, great. Automate it and know that you're not going to be in the black for 12 to 18 months on that, because you have to do it. Somebody just said consistency. You've got to do it 3 times a month for 18 months straight to start seeing the real fruits of your labor.
Yeah, that's a tough thing about any of this. Like, I feel like anybody that's going to start something right now is already behind the 8 ball, right? Because the market's already shifting. Some of this stuff should have been started 3-4 months ago. And so, like, my YouTube channel has been around for 2 years. I'm continually getting business out of it, but I've been doing it for 2 years, and it took 6 months to actually start get consistent business out of it. So
I actually think that the model that you did on YouTube, the investment you made with your time into that 2 years ago, when we're talking about social stuff and not like the basic, should you be a door knocker or a cold caller? Should you, should you do open houses or right? All that kind of stuff. We know you got to be doing, what you're the best at consistently every single day. But then when you're building out your brand online and you're going to figure out what's going to be my play on social media, what you've done is the smartest play you can do locally. Have a YouTube channel. What's yours called again?
It's Jeremy Knight, moving to Austin Realtor.
Moving to Austin. So there's a branding element to the community, right? It could be living in Connecticut. It could be, or something, a community in Florida that you saw, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to have that in the title, like you did, create these, 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute long form videos where you're not going. Agents overthink the production all the time. They got to go to the restaurant. They got to go to the stadium. You're just putting up a green screen behind you of the article, of the image of the area, and you're sitting in your house probably doing these, or your office, or wherever you are, right?
Yeah,
that's what agents should be doing, and then chunking them down to 15 to 60-second Instagram reels and TikToks. So when you shoot your YouTube video, make sure you have a hook, right? Like, I know Jeremy does this, like, is everybody coming to Austin because of Tesla? Like, here's why this is true. That's probably a bad hook, but like,
it's pretty accurate.
Have that hook so that boom, that's the start of your Instagram store, your reel or your TikTok, right? And so that content, just doing that once a day, shoot the 10-15 minute video about what's going on, clip out one of these, an Instagram reel, and then boom, that's it every single day.
So when you do these, do you cut? I mean, I'm sure you don't do it, but does somebody actually create a thumbnail for you every time like this?
So that thumbnail, like if you are
like this one right here, never change
that one right
your
there,
phone number.
That right there is just it's from the text. So what that one, that is it's a frame. Thank you, Bobby. A frame in the video. Now that text, we're thinking about the text to make sure, like, I want the text in as an overlay so that it becomes a thumbnail. So that is not a thumbnail. To the left where it says Zillow or personal brand.
Yeah.
With the podcast that I just did with Tim Macy.
Yep.
That is an actual thumbnail.
Gotcha.
So you can see that some of them have the white line over the top.
What do you use for the text, or like this? What app do you use?
So we're using Premiere, the editing Premiere Pro.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So editing in Premiere Pro. So oftentimes the ones that have a created thumbnail are going to be a podcast, and then the ones that I've just designed specifically for TikTok are living inside of the thumbnails, living inside of the video, the frame.
Gotcha. So if I'm hearing you right on all of this.
Now, by the way, I want to be clear, because I get the question all the time, what are you using for the overlays? And I always write back to people, human editors, because I want them to be like, hey, the point is just go into your Instagram account and Instagram app and create overlays, because you can do it all. You can do it all in the app. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll have to put on an Instagram class, because there's stuff I still need to learn on Instagram. But you're right though. Going back, so the things that you recommend doing, going back and being the digital mayor pretty much of your town, go back to door knocking, the basics of real estate, right? Go back to potentially doing the phone calls if you can do that. If you're going to be mailing, just know that it's going to take a few months, and then do events around your company, your brokerage, to attract more agents. Yeah. Those are kind of like the 4 or 5 things that you talked about. Thanks for watching this episode of Agent Content Creators. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like this content. Hit the like button as well. Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Also, share this video with a friend. Watch one of these. We'll catch you in the next video.